All right, you guys, welcome back to this one. I am going to try and do a chain sharpening video here. Try my best anyway. I had a subscriber comment, suggest I do a chain sharpening video for him. And I'm going to do that. I know it's been a while, but since my last video when I dulled the thing. But I'm going to try my best here to make it short and get to the point. All right, let's go. Now, to start with, you guys know I used 4 saws. My 4 main saws. The Stihl 290. This Husky 50. .390. And my Poland 3400. Okay, let's start off with this. My 2 chains I use on these 4 saws is a 325 063 on the 290 in the 51, and I use a 3/8 050 on the 390. So let's start with that 325. Now, the 325, if you buy this new, wait a second here. Yes, 325 shows you. Okay, here's a 325 chain. And they give you the file. Picture of a file, 3/16. 063. Okay. That's what I use on the 290. This saw. 24-inch bar. Now, they say 3/16, but I don't do that. What I do is I start with a 13/64 new chain until I get back to, I don't want to exaggerate, like 2/3 of the tooth. And after I use up 2/3 of the tooth, I go to a 3/16. So I keep a constant, nice forward lurch cut. Here, I even got a board here for you guys. Let me set this down. There we go. Bear with me on this chalkboard. So here we got our tooth. And if you use a 3/16 on a new tooth, a lot of times you get this. Alright, strap. There's your 3/16. And when I filed, I noticed that I would get this thing going like that, which I did not like. There's your file going back. I did not like that. That is sharp to start with, but it don't last long. What happens is, when you're looking down on the tooth, it looks like this. And it just knocks that corner off. And you're stuck with this. And it'll do that to every tooth, so don't bother with, you want to avoid this thing right here. And if you got too big, when the tooth gets too small, you got too big of a file, and you get this. Now your tooth is too big. Now here's your file. Now your tooth is laid back too far. And that's no good. You do not want this. If that makes sense. Strap. That would be your drag. You don't want that either. You want this. Just like they show you. Here's your tooth from Stihl, RS chain. I like to have mine lurched forward a little bit. Like this, drag, boom, boom, strap. Alright. There's your link. Then they give you this. Then they give you this, I call it a laser line. And they give you one back here, right here. And then they got a little dimple mark in there on your drag, raker, whatever. But if you follow this, I kind of don't. I kind of lurch mine forward a little bit. So what I'm trying to get at is 325 chain. Start with a 13/64. This is what I do. and then go down to a 3/16 once the chain's back here, about 2/3. That way you'll maintain this. You'll maintain that all the way back. So when you get back down here, it should look like this. There. Now we lost all that tooth. But we're still lurched forward a little bit, which I'll show you how I do that. On this saw right, that's a brand new chain. Here's one I've found. This is 3/8, but same principle. And you want to maintain that like that. If you can see that. This has been filed probably 3 times, and I have not filed it since I cut that oak because it's still laser sharp. So that's for 325. I use a 13/64 to start up here, and when it gets down here, 3/16. All right, we got some chalkboard action, guys. Okay, 325 chain. I personally go 13/64 start, 2/3 back, 3/16. Okay, that's 325 chain. I'll try to hurry this up. Okay, on 3/8 chain, I use a 7/32, and I drop down to a 13/64, which they tell you to use a 13/64 out of the box. On the box. Okay, this is 3/8 chain, 13/64. I tried that, and I get too much of this again, and that's no good. You don't want this. You don't want that severe point. I've been through that. It's sharp. It's sharp off the bat, and it don't last. It don't last at all. So they call 13/64. 7/32 what I do. So 7/32 on a 3/8 chain will maintain a real nice thing like that. That'll maintain you all the way back to about 2/3. Then you need to go to a 13/64, which is what they call it to start. So you want 7/32, 13/64 to finish. I don't know what to say. It's nothing magical I do. That's just what I do. I found 7/32 on 3/8 to start, 13/64 to finish, 325 chain, 13/64 to start, 3/16 to finish. As far as these drags, I do not gauge them. They give you a little, if you look at an RS chain, they give you a little dimple here. And if you follow, I just do a ratio. Best thing you can really do on that, in my opinion, sharpen your chain first time, the second time, the third time. If you feel like you need to touch that, don't even touch it yet. Go out and put it in some wood. If it's throwing the chips and smooth and not grabbing, great. If it's not cutting, but you know you got a good sharp chain, you're going to have to take a swipe off of that and follow that line. I don't know if anybody's ever said that. But when they say file flat, this I don't do. That's filing flat on a drag. I follow this. So as I come down, I'm coming down in relation like that. I mean, this is the best way I can explain what I do using this chalkboard, but there you go. 7/32 will be right in there real nice. 13/64 to end on a 3/8. Try it, see if it works for you. That's all I do. That's what works for me. If you want to check it out, 3/8 chain, 7/32 to start, 13/64 to finish, and on a 325 chain, 13/64 to start, 3/16 to finish. All right, class. This is just what I do. I'm not trying to be a tutorial here at all, but that's how I do it. Because I found that the chains, file's a little too small that they want you to start with. I found that to be better. And like I said, for your drags, don't go crazy because saws are different. If I'm filing for a Poland 32cc saw, I have to be careful. I'll put a sharp edge on the tooth, but I won't touch the drag until I run the guy's saw. Then I'll do a light swipe because if it gets too aggressive on a small cc saw, it's no good to him. He can't. It just doesn't work. I've been through that too. So, but as far as these saws, they're plenty powerful enough to run the way I file. So, on that note, let's do this saw right here. I think it needs filed. This 51 needs filed. This is 325 chain. You can, I don't know if you can see it or not, but it's nosed over. It's well over half to 2/3. So I'm going to try 3/16 and see how that goes on that. You can watch that with me and see what we come up with. Okay, I'm going to say another thing. As far as marking your tooth, you really don't have to do that. They got a RS chain, got a yellow tab, green tab, whatever. I got yellow tab. And most of the time there's 2 teeth consecutive on the same side. Or you got your thing here, your band, your Keller band. I'll show you that. See how you got 2 teeth consecutive? If you buy a new chain, it's going to have 2 teeth like that, RS and the yellow tab. Just start there. You don't have to mark nothing with a pen. Just start in that area. When you come back around, you're going to see where you filed. I would think so. And if you're going to file, get a good light. Put a good light down there. If you need glasses, put them on. Make sure your file's new. If it's not new and it's not throwing filings, you got to get another. You can't be playing games. No game playing on that. Okay, we're in what I say 3/16 because I'm. As you can see, I am easily 2/3 down. I'm almost at a laser line, so I'm down here. 325, 3/16 right here. Okay. I'll start with a double tooth, like I said. I can't go wrong on that. All right, if you can see that, guys, I hope so. This is going to be tough for me. I'm going to put my foot up here. I'm going to go straight and level. Yeah, it needs it. Yeah, it's throwing the filings off. Lighten it up. That tooth is done. A lot came off of that. If you're watching this. That's it. There you go. Now you're going to lose meat right here. You know that. And they will break off. I call them super skips when they start breaking teeth off when you get low. But yeah, if you can see that, let me see where you're at. You see that? I'm liking that. We got a little bit forward here. Oh yeah, that's plenty sharp. Am I going to touch this drag? I won't touch it until I put it in the wood. And if I do, it'll be one swipe. Light swipe. Alright, let's continue on here. Trying to follow the top line here. That's pretty much good for oak, cherry, maple, whatever. This is a new file, so it's eating it up. That's done. That's done. That's done. Look how bad this tooth is right here. That's done. All right, guys, all I could come up with is this 5-inch piece of ash, 6-inch, 5-inch piece of ash. That's all I got laying around. I already cut everything up. So let's test it. And of course, my oiler is working excellent. So make sure our oiler works great. There we go. So if it helped you, I hope it did. If not, maybe you gained something, maybe you gained nothing. But that's all I do. It's nothing crazy I'm doing. Like I said, 325 chain right here, if you can see that. On my 325 chains, I go 13/64 to start, 3/16 to end. This is a brand new chain because I was done. But and on the 3/8 chain, for my 90 and my pulling 3400, 7/32 to start, 13/64 to finish. That's all I got. Hope it helped you out, guys. Ain't much of a video, but you know I was asked to do it, so I wanted to do it. And we finally got at it. Got her done. Guys, we'll catch you next time we're out maybe cutting or splitting something. Take care.